from Sounds in NorCal, and we are continuing our NAMM interviews. This is a post-NAMM interview with Skyler Thomas, who we ran into a lot of times but never were able to catch up to long enough to do an interview. So we are back in Sacramento, and we're going to talk to Skyler about her NAMM experience. So, how are you?
I'm great.
Did you have a good time? I'm fine, thank you.
Yes, I did have a great time.
Did you? We were always passing each other.
Yeah,
we were never going the same direction.
So
yeah. So one of the very cool things about your NAMM experience was probably your opportunity to play at the Randy Rose Remembered show.
Yes.
You want to tell us about that?
Yes, I definitely do. It was an awesome experience. It really was. I got to work with many talented and well-known musicians who happen to be, Brad Gillis, Rudy Sarzo, Brian Tichy, let's see who else, Nuno, Gus G. There's too many to name, honestly.
You said Nuno.
Yes, I did.
Wow. Very cool.
But I happened to have played with Marty Friedman of Megadeth and Rudy Sarzo and Brian Tichy, of course, on one song. It was Goodbye to Romance, and everybody had one song to play, and they were all
right.
And there was one rehearsal that we had to do, and let's see, the rehearsal went by very quickly on our song that we had to rehearse. It was just an in and out thing. We rehearsed the song about once and just went over a few parts and talked over a few harmonizing areas and just bam, done.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I had to stay and do a couple of technical keyboard stuff and look over things and talk about planning and such. But other than that, it was great, and the show was very packed.
Yeah.
It was probably pretty sold out,
Oh, great. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
It was just an overall great experience.
So the rehearsal was on the same day as the show?
No, the rehearsal was a night before.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
It was like late afternoon before the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, that takes an amount of time, and you're still trying to run around and visit your endorsers and the other people that you only get to see once a year at NAMM, right?
Yes.
So a very, very busy weekend for you.
Yes, it's a lot of running around.
Yeah.
So,
so I'm going to venture out on a limb and say playing the show was the highlight. Was there something else that really stuck out about your weekend?
As far as gear or just
whatever comes to your mind. What is the first thing that comes to your mind?
Well, definitely playing the show on Saturday was incredible. It really was. But as far as gear, I didn't really get the chance to look at everything because, I had the rehearsal, then all the planning and such, and I had to visit all my endorsements, of course, and then I had to talk to them about my own gear and a few questions. But I saw a really interesting circular keyboard there, and I don't know, did you see
I saw your photo, yeah.
Okay, so apparently it belonged to one of Lady Gaga's keyboardists. I don't know his name, but I don't know exactly how you play it. It's just a circular keyboard, almost like a donut or a tire. And it's, I don't know where you would start either. But you stand in the middle of it and you play around. And
yeah.
But
no, you didn't get a chance to try it out, though.
No, I didn't. Actually, I was playing a small little concert at Fazioli Pianos. And in fact, I was playing for Mike Garson of David Bowie. So that was kind of a highlight, too.
Wow,
so,
sure.
Yeah. And the keyboardist for Lady Gaga was demoing, and it was right next door. So I got to see him play it, and it was really interesting. It was cool.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the amount of equipment and the exotic pieces of equipment and instruments that are there, it's always intriguing to me to see the variety, because I'm your basic drums, guitar, bass, keyboards girl. But it's crazy how much other stuff there is out there.
Especially in the basement. That's like where you see all these these one-off stuff or
Right.
like just creations that it's just so cool.
Yeah,
you know?
combinations of things that you would never think would be able to be playable are.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you've been playing since you were very, very young, and you've kind of had a somewhat illustrious career, really, with a lot of big names. So do you ever get starstruck?
No.
No.
No. No. No.
It's just fun.
It is. It's very fun. I mean, it's a great privilege to work with amazing people. It
Right.
is. But starstruck, no, not really. I just get a little bit of an excitement, and
Yeah.
it's like, okay, let's do this.
Well, how fun to see everybody backstage at the Randy Rhoads show and get to, establish relationships with those people,
Oh, yeah.
or continue them from last year or whatever it may be. Because I
Right.
know, like I said before, a lot of these things only happen once a year, so it's a really great opportunity. So that's awesome that you got to have that.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So what are your plans now? Are you going to be playing again with any of those people, or?
Well, right now it's a little too early to say what's going to happen between some of those performers and I, but I don't. Maybe, hopefully,
Yeah.
that'd be awesome. But right now, it's practice. That's the main thing to do.
Right.
And of course, I'll be writing a few songs, and I talked to a bass player named Bjorn, and we may be collaborating on a few things. So I don't know. It's still early to say what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, that may be in the works as well.
Cool.
So
Well, I think that's what NAMM is about, is kind of, exploring your options and creating those connections, and, you never know what can come of it, so
But
you
yeah,
gotta
and
be
the thing-
open to all of it.
Yeah, the thing with Bjorn is he's a great bass player. He's worked with Yngwie Malmsteen, and he's in Dio Disciples, which is kind of like an
yeah.
all-star band
Yeah, I've been
that's
dying to see them.
Yeah, it's just a tribute to Dio. And who else? Oh, he has his own band, Soul Sign. So he has some. Oh, and he's worked actually with Quiet Riot like a decade ago. But yeah, he's an amazing bass player actually.
Oh, cool.
So it'd be cool to collaborate with him as well.
Right. So, again, you've been playing keyboards and piano for a very long time. Any advice for aspiring young musicians?
Always practice. Always.
That's good advice.
Don't ever give up. And just be yourself. Yeah, just always practice and be yourself.
How about for people who are maybe seeking endorsements? What is the process?
The process for that, well, you have to talk and network with the right person for the company. So, I mean, really the best place to do that would probably be like at NAMM.
Right.
And you just have to talk to like the artist relations and really ask them about, hey, how do I become an artist for you guys? I do this, I play with so and so, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And you kind of have to sell yourself, but
And do you bring them materials like your CDs or recordings that you've done?
you can bring like a press kit if you
Mhm.
have one. Otherwise, if it's like on the fly thing and you're now meeting them and it wasn't planned,
Yeah.
then you just give them a business card and you talk more, you
Yeah.
know, like on the phone, or and you show them your website and links and all that stuff if you don't have a press kit already.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, NAMM's a great opportunity for that, and a lot of that is business and networking, but then there's a social aspect of it too.
Yes, you
So
have
I've
to
heard-
be outgoing.
I heard you went to some pretty fun parties. Are there any highlights you want to talk about?
Well,
That's a no.
there was every year there's always parties, and I happened to have went to one that lasted till about 3 or 4 in the
Oh my
morning,
goodness.
and it was very fun. Actually, was hanging out with XYZ's bass player, and
There you go.
and of course Brad Lang of Y&T was there, and we had an awesome time. Just it was a party. Yeah, and of course there was Hilton shows as well. So after the shows, we go to a party. But as far as shows, I remember seeing a Hammond thing. Hammond is an organ, if you haven't heard. And I remember seeing that, and I saw briefly Keith Emerson playing it, but I didn't see the whole thing. Partly because it was packed, but
yeah.
it would have been awesome to see the whole thing. I did bump into him, which was even cool, but
yeah. And I saw your post about the signings and how it takes a lot of time, and it really does, but you can sneak by them and kind of look over and get a glimpse sometimes of...
You know what I do actually is, like, I don't really stand in line. There's really not enough time, especially if for, like, who it is, and say, you know, the line is like a mile long.
Oh, yeah.
Like, who has time for that? So I just walk by, whoop,
yeah.
take a picture, and on the way go.
I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, so...
Well, thanks for taking time out to talk with us now that we're back in Sacramento. And are you looking forward to next year already, or
I am.
Still recouping from this year?
A little bit of both, actually.
Yeah.
Just I do look forward to every NAMM, honestly, but I never know what's gonna happen.
Right.
It's always like on the fly. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like the Randy Rhoads thing is that wasn't really confirmed until probably a couple days before.
Oh,
NAMM.
really? Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't confirmed. I mean, we talked about it, but it wasn't confirmed until a few days.
Oh, that's
beforehand.
exciting, though.
So it really was.
Yeah,
So,
it adds to all the excitement of the show, and so congratulations that you got to do that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
And keep us posted about what you've got going on throughout the year.
Thank you.
I'm sure I will see you before the next NAMM.
Of course.
Thanks, Skyler.
Yes, thank you.